What it is, what it was, what it could be, y'all. Welcome back to Disc Golf Justice. This is gonna be part 2 of the new Discraft Zone OS review. If you didn't catch part 1, I'll be sure to link that right here. But I was lucky enough to have Discraft reach out to me and send me one of their new Discraft Zone OS test flight discs. In part 1, I just played 9 holes with the Zone OS, seeing how it flies. But I currently bag a Get Freaky Zone and an ESP Zone. I use these for different situations, but I figured now would be the perfect time to compare them to the new Zone OS. To be honest, I find the Get Freaky and the ESP to be very similar in terms of stability, but I bag both of these because the Get Freaky tends to sit where it lands, whereas the ESP likes to skip. And there are times when I want to use both of those for certain situations. I think where the new Zone OS is going to come into play for me is particularly forehands. I tend to get a lot of flutters on my forehands, and I know I should just work on my form to get that out of there, but I reckon I'm just going to take this Zone OS super overstable disc that's going to fix my flutters because it's too overstable to get them really. So if there's ever a time where I'm afraid of getting flutters with my ESP Zone and might turn it over a little bit too much, I reckon I'm just gonna grab the Zone OS. I'm just gonna play 5 short holes, nothing too long because this disc isn't going very far, and see which one plays the best. Starting off with the Zone OS, this big bend's in the way, blocking the backhand line, but I tend to like to throw forehands on this anyways. So stable. Like, I threw a hard rip on that. Pretty hard for me. I threw a hard forehand rip on that. And yeah, it just doesn't go very far. If I would have thrown that same hard of rip with my Get Freaky, that would have went past the basket. Let's try the Get Freaky next. Oh, that almost went past the basket. That's literally sitting on the top of the tallest grass up on that hill before going OB. And I put significantly less power on that shot. Last but not least, the ESP. Oh, I turned that one over a bit. That was me, that's not the disc. Smashed that tree, that was me. If I had to guess which disc I'm gonna perform the best with, it's most likely gonna be that Get Freaky that's up there parked, just because I use it freaking all the time. That's my most used disc most likely. I might have to block you guys off a little bit and just do one of these. A little long, but whatever. Zone OS didn't do too bad. It honestly got all the way down here as well to the end, close to going OB, but didn't do it. We got a little tester here. Let's just put this in. Easy bird. Dang it. Well, it's gonna be par. I want to pick that up. Par for that one. Par for that one. But a birdie for the Freaky. Y'all know I like to get freaky. The Get Freaky's got the box now. We got a really tough hole. I actually hate this hole. Got a really tight window to make it out here. I'm gonna have to throw the forehand. Hopefully we can get there. I don't know, probably smack first available. It's actually perfect. Go in. I hit the pole. You get, oh, I just remembered you guys can't see the basket the way I set the camera up. I hit the pole, the bottom of the pole. All right, let's try to throw that same exact shot again with the ESP. Literally, it's on the pole. Oh, it's too far left. That's too far left, way too far left. Safe though. You wanna know what's not gonna go too far left? This damn Zone OS, watch this. To put it on some anhydrous. Oh, it snuck it through that gap. That's actually a look. It's actually a look. Left the ESP a bit too wide, but man, look at that Get Freaky just parked under the basket. It doesn't get no better than that. Oh, I love those type of throws. I think technically that was just a foot fault with this marker, but whatever. Ain't that serious? Good effort. Big putt for the Zone OS. It needs this one. Got a little circle's edge tester. I'm not entirely sure what the exact monetary value would be, but goodness gracious, I would be so willing to give up a lot of things just to be able to putt as well as Calvin Heimberg. I'd give up a lot. We got a 260-foot backhand hole. Now you can throw the forehand, but I'm just gonna throw the backhand with these, try to put it in there. Get Freaky still got the box by 2 strokes at this point. I threw that way too low. Try the ESP. Threw that nose up, so that should be fine. Yeah, it's safe. Short, but safe. Threw it nose up. Zone OS, gonna have to put this on anhyzer to get it there. what comes out of that anhyzer so quick. Not enough anhyzer. All of those are well short, baby arm. My goodness, this is embarrassing to come up this short 3 times in a row on a 260-foot hole. I mean, I wasn't trying to freaking yeet the thing, but I've never struggled to get it there, that's for sure. Oh, wow. That was the ugliest thing I've ever seen. We got the Zone OS. I'm not upset with the Zone OS coming up short because this thing doesn't like to fly. Oh my gosh, what is going on with the putt? What in the heck is that? Can we make one of them, please? There we go. There we go, curved in there. Well, the ESP finally getting a stroke back on the Get Freaky. Zone OS still even though. Yeah, it started to sprinkle on me a little bit, so I'm gonna try to hurry this one up. We got an island hole, 200 feet. Let's just put it in there like this. Yep, that's right under the basket. Do the Get Freaky next. Go in. No, it's too long. That'll work though. And last but not least, the Zone OS. Gonna have to put this on some anhyzer. Fight in there. Oh yes, oh yes. All 3 of these made the circle pretty easily. The Zone OS got the longest look. I think this is gonna have to be my last hole. I know I said 5 holes, but I think we're gonna have to cut it off at 4. I just ain't trying to have my camera get soaked, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money right there. There we go, there's a bird. Oh, I forgot about this water puddle that's in here right now. Let's take this bird. Oh, and we'll take this bird too. What a shot to Get Freaky. I really do love my Get Freaky the most. I'm pretty dangerous with it. It's my most used disc, that's why. All right, y'all, that's gonna have to be an early conclusion to my Discraft Zone OS review. My final thoughts are it's obviously the most overstable zone that there is. I mean, the Zone's already a pretty stable disc, but I guess it just wasn't stable enough for some people, so they went out and brought out the Zone OS. I think this just might make the bag for those times when I wanna throw my Get Freaky, but I'm afraid of turning it over, or maybe I don't want it to go as far, because sometimes I can push my Get Freaky a little bit too far and get me into trouble. This thing isn't gonna go too far. If you watched part 1 of my review, you'll know the plastic I said feels like the Cryztal Flex of the Get Freaky, just a much stiffer version. It's almost like if you combined ESP and Cryztal Flex together. Like, it's a hard plastic, but still bendy, you know what I'm saying? But it's also see-through like that Cryztal Flex. Looks just like the Cryztal Flex too. This thing is definitely a meat hook. It's not gonna turn over for you, that's for sure. But let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think? Are you gonna be bagging the new Discraft Zone OS when it comes out this month? Or do you already bag a Get Freaky or an ESP Zone and that's good enough for you? Of course, a major shout out and thank you to Discraft for sending this out to me. But as always, if you guys liked the video, make sure you give it a big old thumbs up. If you want to see more, make sure you smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future content. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.